the Streaky Bay car wash. After pretty much 2 weeks of being on the beach, we are going to wash this bad boy. It's pretty revolting. Salty, salty man. So, yeah. It's going to be good to get in clean because right now I can't see out the windows. So, getting clean, and then we're going to head to Seduna and then start the Nullarbor. Super excited about that. Yee! You know what I don't get? We're waiting to come into the car wash. Literally parked up on the street there with our indicator on to come in, and this dude just drives along and pulls right in after another car. Like, we're giving them room, and he's just, no, not at all an issue, just going to take our spot. Annoying, but that's the perks of travelling. We have made it to Penang.
You asking me, or you? I'm not sure what's happening.
Penang. Yeah, Penang.
Do a little blurb about what's going on. I can have a clue what's happening.
And then I can never remember where we are. I think it's called Penang. And we're just going down to Lake McDonald, hoping that it's pink, because I really want to see it pink. And yeah.
Yeah, so the trip into where we're staying, well, might be staying.
I don't know where we're staying.
Well,
yeah.
Anyway, off the highway, it's about a 15k run in to the lake. And pretty much all that is just a dirt road. It's pretty basic, nothing to stress about. You don't have to do any tyre changes, pressure or anything like that.
But the car is now dirty again, which upsets him.
Well, not that the car's dirty, it's just the fact that I'm going to get dirty every time I do something. I don't care about the car being dirty.
No, it is like, it's one of those annoying things. But anyway, yeah, hopefully the lake is pink and we will show you when we get there. It's just bizarre, like it's obviously man-made sand dunes. Good morning. So today we're pretty much continuing our trek across the Nullarbor.
Well,
I guess we kind of started.
we're not continuing. No.
Well, we kind of started with the photos of the start of Seduna.
I guess so, yeah, technically.
Yeah. Anyway, we're not actually really sure where we're going today. We found a nice little camp spot last night out at Port Sinclair. Had a look at the Pink Lake McDonald.
Yep.
It had hues of pink, but yeah, I think other people have seen it and it's more amazing.
In its glory.
In its glory days. Yeah, but still pretty cool to see. All the salt, that amazed me, all the salt on the shoreline. Anyway, so today we're starting, I actually don't know.
We don't know where we're going. We're heading up towards the Nullarbor proper, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll
just stop when we feel like stopping and when we find a spot to stop. So when we find that spot, we'll show you around. We're going to try and see all the sights along the way and just take our time and actually enjoy the trek. So morning coffees first.
Yeah. So we didn't sort of put any footage up on where we stayed last night. It's on Wikicamps, it's pretty easy to find, but the owners of the property sort of don't want it out on social media properly, I guess.
Yeah.
Because it's a pretty busy little place.
Yeah, and it's their private area, so.
Yeah, and the camp spots are, like, you've got a bit of space between all the campsites, that's not an issue, but you just got to pick the right one to get sort of the best of that location.
Yeah.
It was $20 a night per person.
$7 for kids, I think.
Yeah, $7 for kids. A little bit exy. Dogs are allowed, but you're very limited to where you can stay sort of out here. So that's sort of why we jumped on it.
Yeah. Well, it suited our needs. So.
And it's, if you do go there, it's on their with the campsite. No bookings, it's drive in, find a spot, and the owner / one of their owners managers comes around of an evening and just collects the money and gives you a receipt.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. Well, I think we're going to go see the Windmill Museum.
Yep.
It's actually really hard to say.
Say it 3 times really quick.
No. And we'll...
It'd be like that time you wore the helmet walking around.
This little guy is on like a little plough tractor thingy. I don't know what it's called. But how uncomfortable is that seating? You feel every little bump. We've left the Windmill Museum.
My life.
What's wrong with me? And we decided to take a little detour and go to Fowler's Bay because we've heard about it. We figured we'd go have a look. But this road is ridiculous.
Yeah, we've travelled on a fair few sort of graded roads since we left home. Most of them have been pretty good. And just as we start recording, it's actually become good.
Yeah.
Before, like,
the coffee cups were rattling out.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
it was a whole thing. Yeah, we sort of trying to capture some of it because literally the coffee cups were shaking out of the tray and everything. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna go have a look at Fowler's Bay. It's really crazy. Literally like a sand dune in the middle of the town. So confused by that. Alright, there's a little Fowler's Bay. We've done it. Apparently it's really good during whale season. Apparently you're guaranteed to see whales, so maybe go during whale season. Other than that, it's just not for us. It had a little, what did you just say?
No, look, I'm sure it's a lovely little place, but there really isn't that much there.
No, there's not much there.
But if you do want to come during whale season, I think it's May to October, but they run whale tours July, August, September.
Cool. We're going to go back on this awesome road for 15 minutes back to the highway.
Yeah, it's a quick run in. 15 minutes each way.
Yeah, it wasn't
Well,
too
15
bad.
Ks.
Except all three boys had to be on the way in.
Yep. It really was a pissing contest.
True, yes. We have just stopped at the Kid Nippy rest area, just south of Nundrew, I believe it is, just for some lunch. It is actually quite a nice little rest stop. It is like close to the highway, but you can get off the highway a little bit to have some space to yourself if you need some rest, but we're going to keep going on. Yeah, so the road is like just there. So you do have the noise of the road, but it's actually pretty good. Someone's pulling up right next to us. There's this whole area, but that's okay because we're going to be moving on anyway.
So we're at the Nullarbor Roadhouse, and behind us is the old Nullarbor Roadhouse. I don't know if you can hear us because of the wind, but as soon as we started filming it just started blowing up. But anyway, we're here. Alrighty, so we just left the Nullarbor Roadhouse and now we're going into the Nullarbor Wilderness Protection Area to look at the
Marawagini.
Hey caves.
Pretty sure I said that perfectly.
Enunciation was on point. You know what's weird?
What's that?
You can say that so pristinely, yet you can't think of words to describe things and what you want me to get to.
Yeah, but I was reading. That's different.
Just while we're driving in, it's just a graded track. If you look on Wikicam, there's all mixed reviews. Some people are like, unsuitable for caravans, and other people go, it's fine. Well, mate, if it stays like this, it's no issues. It's no different to any other dirt track we've been on.
Yeah, it probably really depends on your vehicle too.
Yeah, and what you class as rough terrain.
Yeah, what you're willing to take your cars and vans down. Each their own, but for us, yeah, this is
What we love.
yeah. So I'm guessing that in front on the right is the old well. I think.
Oh, what think so?
Yeah, Robert's well.
Alrighty.
Not sure if Robert's home.
I suppose, just back onto the tracks, it's pretty much like all the roads around the place once you get off the blacktop. Weather dependent. It's quite dry at the moment, so it is just rocky and dusty.
Yeah, but it looks like that sort of soil that will get very
After a fair bit of rain, I think it'll be an interesting drive.
clay. Oh, yeah.
And it's also a bit rougher in the car too because we're still on highway pressure. It's, like I said, it's seen on the sign, 10.5 k's roughly in and 10.5 k's back. It's not worth downing 4 6 tyres just for that short run. We'll just take it easy.
Yeah. the cave. I got it right. I got it right once. That's all I need to do. So the cave, we only saw the first one because it's sort of getting later in the day. We've got to find somewhere to stay. It's pretty cool. Like the colours are amazing of like the rocks with all the different coloured rocks. It's almost like granite kind of.
Granite slate.
Yeah,
It's a
and
mixture. It's got that orange, yellow.
Yeah, but then there's like these bluey kind of rocks, and then obviously after a wet season it would be really nice down there and lush, but right now some plants are alive and some just look
Spent.
We saw a couple of dingoes, but unfortunately couldn't capture those on camera. They are too stealthy. Now we're going to go find somewhere to sleep. Yeah.
Probably a dusty pit somewhere.
Probably just, or a gravel pit. Anyway, we'll see.
Guys, so we pulled into camp. Although we thought we'd go a little bit further away from Nullarbor Roadhouse, we ended up going only about 45 minutes to an hour down the road to a little roadside.
I don't think it was that far.
Oh, was it? Felt like it was.
Because we're going to go for an hour.
Oh, yeah, it was only about half an hour maybe. Anyway, who knows? We're down the road. It's basically just a truck stop rest area. Sorry, a rest area. Trucks aren't allowed. And yeah, you just pull off and there's trucks going everywhere. So we're probably about a K from the highway. And we're just, as you can see, just shoved down the back in a corner. And I'll flip around a minute and show you the rest of it. But yeah, we're down here and cool breeze, sun's still out. The ocean's only 8 Ks over our back. So the breeze is still coming through quite cool. And yeah, pulled in.
We're the only ones here.
A couple of beers. Only ones here. Tonight we'll have a barbie and
We are being very mindful of the boys though, because we did see some dingoes not too far away.
Yeah.
So obviously just being very mindful.
They're off lead, and like there's 1080 baits everywhere, and there's dingoes, so we're just keeping them close, keeping an eye on. Don't let them wander off.
Yeah, we haven't seen any baits or anything, but we're just being very careful.
Yeah.
But they like to stick by us anyway, so
that's it. And swing around. That's basically the rest of the camp area. It goes all the way, and there's tracks even go back even further. So apart from that, and car is filthy. So
washing it was
washing the car worked because we spent like 2.5 weeks or so by the beach, and it was covered in salt, air, and mist and whatnot, and we got all that off. Missed it on camera. I actually got out of the car and slid straight out of the car.
I thought you'd died.
Yeah, but now it's just dusty again. Anyway, we'll keep having beers, and I'll put the drone up in a little while and show you the aerial shot. Bye.
Good morning. We have just packed up and are leaving our campsite for the night, which was just on the side of the highway. Our plan today is to just drive until we don't feel like driving.
Maybe explore along the way, depending what's happening.
Yeah, actually there are a few caves and stuff along the way here that we might have a look at.
Yeah, bit of a late start today. We're not on the road until 11 o'clock. Basically, did a little bit of maintenance. Then we had to watch some uni tutorials and get a couple of things done. So that's all done, and now we're back on the adventure.
Yeah. So might not be driving as long today, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how we feel. Yesterday afternoon, we sort of planned to drive another hour after the Nullarbor Roadhouse, but
then we couldn't be bothered.
And then we saw a couple of roos. We're just not dealing with that right now. Saw like a white roo, which I thought was really cool. So I'm interested to see some more roos out here to see if they're all that sort of sandy, that colour. But anyway, we're used to the rural Queensland.
Yeah, your greys and your reds.
Yeah, the big reds and the greys. So anyway, fun fact about our trip. So Right, we've just literally gone probably 5 minutes down the road. Saw a track off to the left. Came up on Wiki Camps and Hema. And yeah, we thought we'd have a look at it. It's the Waganda Cave, which kind of sounds very Marvel to me. But it's amazing.
Black Panther originates from.
That's what I was just saying. Reminds me of Marvel. So with the Great Australian Bight, this is a scenic lookout one. Super excited. This is absolutely phenomenal. I'm like completely speechless. This is amazing. As you can see, there's a storm rolling in. Honestly, if you've never been here, get here. This is... Alright, so we're at the border of Western Australia and coming into, well, I think we've just come into Border Village. So obviously we have to dispose of our fruit and veggies. It's a little bit confusing. The one at South Australia had like a disposal area with a sign that said what you had to dispose of. Here it's literally, you just drive straight into the quarantine area. So we've pulled into the petrol station and had to Google it. So we're just going to see what happens and hope for the best. So I'm guessing, so those will have to go.
So, hands covered in onion.
I'll just throw that one.
Yeah.
Leo can have some tomatoes. So I guess this pumpkin, unless you want me just to quickly peel it. May as well, and we can have it tonight.
Yeah. Let's go give the dog a tomato.
Yeah. Celery, potatoes. It doesn't say anything about potatoes, if you can take them or not, so no idea. Spinach, I guess we'll have to go. Maybe the other day it's been waiting through our fridge. But we don't want to do the wrong thing, so try and do the right thing. It's been hard when there's no information. Anyway. This fridge door keeps falling off.
Checkpoint done.
Checkpoint done.
Alrighty.
Did we pass?
Every time. We did.
Yeah.
We passed. And we even passed on the second inspection on the fridge in the car.
Yeah, I saw him check that twice. Did he forget to do it?
He forgot he'd done it.
Oh.
He goes, "Did I do this?" I'm like, "You did," but it's like, oh. He goes, "Oh, my days should be over."
You know what, Shorty, if you're watching, which you're probably not, but he reminded me a lot of Shorty.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, interesting man. All right, on to West Australia. Oh, do you smell that? It smells like home soil.
Oh, let it go. You haven't lived here for 40 years.
40? I left when I was like 9.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Anyway. A little campsite on the side of the road at Nullarbor, Western Australia. We finally made it. It's free, so even better. Our style. I think he's abandoning me. An amazing free spot this is. It's very similar to where we stayed last night, but literally the highway is all the way up there, but yeah. Gotta find the perfect spot. As you can see, we are having haircuts. Bushman style.
Drive me insane.
Yeah, my hair's been crazy.
Alrighty, next turn.
Alright, so we are finishing up this episode here of our Nullarbor trip.
Yep.
It was pretty uneventful, really. Like, we did try and stop a couple of times to have a look at a few things along the way, but really, like, with the boys, we're very restricted with where we could stop. And also a lot of the stuff on wiki camps, people say, you know, oh, you got to stay here, you got to stay here. What we got there is actually signs up saying you can't stay here. So we didn't really want to get caught doing the wrong thing because we're good squares. I am terrified of getting caught doing the wrong thing. Hey, move your foot. But yeah, so we basically just sort of pushed on. But yeah, there's not a lot of footage, apologies, of the dogs in this video because, yeah, like I said, they were very restricted with where they could go. And we had to sort of keep an eye on them when we did stop.
Yeah, because as you probably all know, there's a lot of 1080 baits around everywhere, so we just always be careful and mindful of that. And it was thinking on it too. They were a bit buggered, so
Yeah.
my family. So we'll throw some more in on the next one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I think so.
yeah, I mean, Nullabor's Nullarbor. It's for the drive across. There is some things to do either side, which is great. But sort of, we were mindful, like I said, of a lot of factors. We shot off, as you can see, explored some big holes in the ground and whatnot. So, but, yeah.
Yeah, and also too, Tim hasn't been feeling well, so there were a couple of times where I sort of just got out and had a look around while the three boys stayed in the car and enjoyed the aircon.
Yeah, not fun.
All right, we'll see you not tomorrow. We'll see you
Next episode.
next
Bye.
episode.